Welcome back to the King's Corner, the place for all things Rockstar? No, it's still the place for all things Bethesda, but you guys have spoken, and I am playing a Rockstar game, Red Dead Redemption 2, and today we are going to talk about my first thoughts on that game. First, let me say, since I'm late to the party, it's getting 10 out of 10 on most everywhere, IGN, everywhere. And it is a gorgeous game, by the way. It starts out in the snow, and most of my footage is going to be in the snow. And I thought, man, they did the snow right. And the first thing I thought when I was seeing the snow was, this is how Skyrim should have looked. And of course, the Wolfman said, yeah, but it does have 7 years on Skyrim. Well, okay, I'll give you that. And we'll just start right there with the graphics. The graphics in this game are very good. I would say on par with anything probably that's on the market right now. As I said, they did the snow right, and when you get out of the snow, they did that right as well. The sun rays, everything, just it really looks good. The terrain looks good. The movements look good. Now the characters' faces are not great. You know, there's some things like that could be better. Even the animals could be a little bit better. But just the world graphics themselves are top notch. Very good. Which really leads into the next part, which is immersion of the game. You really get immersed into this game, especially when you can play first person. Now I was telling Wolfman, but see, because you start out in third person, and I said, you know, I really wished I could play this game first person, because I cannot get immersed into a game in third person. And he's just the opposite. He said he likes to watch it like a movie, and I never understood why some people like playing in third person. Now I understand playing a video game, but I'm talking about for immersion purposes. And he said he likes to do it like watching a movie, and he's playing as watching a movie, and it made me understand it for the first time. I was like, oh, but I like to be immersed like it's me doing it. So I like to play first person, and you can play first person in Red Dead Redemption 2. And when you get, or just for me, when you start playing in first person in Red Dead Redemption 2, it gets so immersive. And they went beyond, even 2 steps beyond in this game to be immersive. And I don't even know how to put this, like you jump down off the horse and the horse takes a dump right there. I mean, that's how immersive they are in this game. So they went 2 steps ahead to make sure that they thought of everything in this game. Now, I do want to warn anybody that's never played, that didn't play the first game, that might want to jump into this game. It is a lot slower game than what you may be used to. Now, if you like games like Skyrim, you would probably enjoy it, but it's probably even a little bit slower than Skyrim. It's a very slow-paced game, especially at first. This game seems like it's even a little slower than the first one at first. And I'm just getting started in it, and it's a very slow game. But now, I like slow games. I like the slow build and the tension in this one, and you can just feel the tension in this game. And that's another thing about this game. It's got that feel to it. You can feel, well, I'm going to repeat myself. You can just feel that tension building, and it kind of gains momentum as you're going. This type game is so much different than a Fallout game. I prefer Fallout and Skyrim to this kind of game. But I don't really want to go into the differences between those kind of games. This kind of game is wonderful. I love Red Dead Redemption and playing this kind of experience, but it's a totally different kind of experience to me than what Fallout 76 is. And Fallout 76 I prefer and I'm not talking about the multiplayer. I prefer the Fallout 4, the Fallout 3, the Skyrim to the Red Dead. But now taking a break and playing a game like Red Dead is wonderful to me. And you may be saying, well, Red Dead's a much better game. It's a totally different kind of game. It may be I need to get into the differences in the game. I'm not saying that Fallout or Skyrim is a better game. It's a different kind of game. Even though they are both open world exploration games, they are still totally different kind of games. Now, with all of the great comments that are out there about Red Dead, I have to be a little bit critical about it, but now this is just something that goes along with Rockstar stuff, and it is the gunplay. I do not like gunplay in Rockstar stuff, and the gunplay in this is still just as bad as any of the Rockstar stuff. If you like the Rockstar gunplay from the first Red Dead Redemption or from GTA, then you'll probably like this. But I just don't care for the Rockstar gunplay. Every time I pull up my gun, I'm just begging for. Well, I'm really begging for like Doom gunplay, but I would settle for the Fallout gunplay. Just give me the freedom of my gun so that I can aim down the iron sights and shoot my gun. But it's just not there. They've got the auto aiming, and it just bugs the mess out of me. It feels like somebody's got a hold of your gun, holding you and trying to pull you around. It is very, very frustrating and clunky. And if you thought the gun is bad, wait until you pick up the bow and arrow. Oh my word! I can shoot a bow and arrow in real life. In fact, I can shoot a bow and arrow in real life very well. I can shoot a bow and arrow in a video game very well. I can do it in Skyrim. I can do it in Tomb Raider. I can do it in almost every game. I finally got it in Red Dead where I could kill a deer or two, but it is awful. That's all I'll say about it. It's awful. Shooting the bow and arrow is awful. I don't know who came up with that system, but it's awful. It's awful. I'm gonna say it again. It's awful. Now, okay, the gunplay may not be the best, but that does not diminish from this being a great, great game. And just like any Rockstar game, it has 1,000 things to do on the side, and I'm just getting into those. As I said, this is my first thoughts on the game. I'm just beginning the game, and I'm just starting to see those amazing side quests that are everywhere, literally everywhere. Just riding down the trail, you just happen up on these side quests that are, well, some of them are just, I'm not going to give you any spoilers in this at all, but some of them are hilarious and some of them are amazing. So I do want to end this video by talking to some of you that may be on the fence of whether you want to try this game or not. Well, I've got 3 things to ask you. Well, number 1, do you like open world games? I know you do, because I know you probably like Fallout, you like Skyrim, you like those games. Well, then obviously this is a good fit. But do you like westerns? The setting for this game, of course, the Wild West has always been an interest to me. I love that setting. That may be a turn on or a turn off for you. And then that slow pace game, that is something to consider. If you don't like the Western genre, and if you don't like that slow pace, then this game may not be for you. But if those things interest you, then what are you waiting for? Because there is nothing, even with the gunplay, and the gunplay is nothing that should keep you away from this game. Because, in fact, the gunplay is a little bit better than the first Red Dead Redemption. And if you played the first one, or if you've played GTA and it didn't bother you, then this game's not going to bother you as well. It just didn't get that much better, was all I was saying. But if you like a good Western and the slow pace doesn't bother you, then you'll love this game. With the great graphics, the thousands of things to do, it's just a gorgeous game. And I am enjoying it, and I can't wait. And by the way, the story, I hadn't said much about the story because this is a spoiler-free first thought. So what can I say about the story? I can tell you, John from the first Red Dead is in it, and we're going to kind of get to see how, well, this is a prequel, obviously, and we're going to get to see how the first one lines up. So that's going to be very interesting. And some of us that know a lot about the first one may already see what's coming, but for those that are not as familiar with Red Dead Redemption, it's going to be very interesting to see. And I'm not fully, I don't fully know what all's going to happen in this story, so I'm excited to see how everything turns out in this story. Well, there you go. There's my first thoughts on Red Dead Redemption 2. I can't say any more. I'm only about an hour and a half into the game, but I can't wait to play some more. But tonight, I'm going to play some Fallout 76, and then I'll go back to Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm so glad you guys made me buy Red Dead Redemption 2. Y'all made me, so I had to tell the Queen, y'all make me play some other games. Y'all make me, come on, make me play some other games. I'm glad y'all stopped by the King's Corner today to get your Rockstar fix, right? Y'all check all my links down below. And again, like I said, if there's any way you guys can support the KingFanMan, the Mississippi Queen, the Ripple, and the Wolfman, y'all think about it, all right? I'm trying to make YouTube a living, and that's pretty tough on an old man. So y'all think about it if you can. I've got Patreon. That's a good way you can help, or there's the link to coffee down below. Y'all check those out if you can, if you're able. If you're not subscribed, y'all hit that button, please. I am the KingFanMan. I'll see you later.